So tell me a little bit about where the shots typically go. What's the good? What's the bad?
Good one, that'd be a little to the left or straight.
Okay.
Bad one would be I would pull it. If I'm right-handed, pulling is to the left, right?
Yes, it is.
I
Yeah.
would either pull it or I would shank it, depending on the hosel.
Okay.
I would go way back.
Yeah.
And so I didn't shank it this time, which was fun. But I guess the main contact is usually towards
Off the heel.
off the heels.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So the solid ones are on the left side.
yeah, maybe like.
I mean, that's a great shot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, that just so we know, that's only 11 feet left.
Right. Oh wow.
Right in the very middle on the bottom, it says 11 foot 6 inches L.
Oh gosh.
And so that just means how far right or left of the target you are.
Got it.
So can't say it's a bad shot, 11 feet left. But okay, so good to know. We kind of get the pulls or we get the shanks.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So does it change as you get to a longer club at all? A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times people with the short clubs can tend to kind of pull those to the left, but then the longer it gets, a lot of people kind of start losing them to the right.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, I think the longer I go, I start going more to the right.
More to the right.
Whether it's an unintentional fade or maybe a big slice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say it goes more towards the right.
To the right?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, the good news is you're in company of a lot of people, so there's stuff that we can do about it.
Awesome. Perfect.
All right, so now to kind of simplify and sum up what we just kind of spoke about in depth in this analysis. We notice how just getting a little bit too close to the ball there, and that's causing us to want to go and push those hands out away from the body. So if we draw this line straight down in front of the hands, we notice how those hands push out away. They stay out away almost through the whole swing, whereas we want those hands to be going around our body and get further and further from that line up to the top, whereas yours go out past and then barely get inside it at the top of the swing. So we're going to need to get those hands further back. Then that left hand grip, just quite weak, so obviously making it tough to square the face, especially with the long clubs. As you said, you kind of miss more to the right with the long clubs. A little easier to square a short club though, so we'll strengthen that grip a touch. And then in the takeaway, club face is good, but we just notice how here the hands, there's just kind of this choppiness of the hands kind of flipping over right there. And then at the top of the swing, the club face is just getting open. So we're just going to be learning new feelings with the hands, with those hands all the way up to the top to keep that face more square, get them further behind us. Kind of help with straightening out our club path, squaring our face a bit more. From the left thigh. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. And then we got to, yeah, exactly. We got to make sure that the heel isn't on the ball there. Good. So that would be right about there.
Oh. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That's better. So now, what does it feel like to you?
Feels like,
You're reaching?
yeah, even though I'm probably not, and it feels like it's a little further away.
Yeah.
We need to. It's like, you know, when it's closer to your body, you feel more comfortable to be able to make a consistent strike.
Yep.
Whereas for now, it's a little different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because I don't want someone to say, oh, yeah, it feels the same. Because if everything feels the same, we're not getting anywhere.
Yeah,
We're not going to make any changes if it all feels the same.
totally.
So what I want you to do is let's just go ahead and make some practice swings with that setup there. So we're a little further away than we were before. Good. Yeah. And I don't care how the backswing, downswing looks right now. It's all about setup first. Okay, so now on this next one, what we're gonna do is you're just gonna do a backswing. You're gonna stay right there. Don't swing down because I don't want to die today. Just the backswing. I don't want you to hit your hands or that club
Okay.
on this stick. Good. Yeah. It can get close. That's fine. Yeah.
I'm trying to think about it. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So my old one would be
Yeah.
pushing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And so if I were to
Yep. So it's kind of that motion and lifting the club up at the same time. There you go. Get it all the way up to the top now. Good. Let's do it again. Good. So really on this next one, what I want you to do is I want you to try to think about using your entire body, thinking, okay, my hands are here. How can I get them as far as possible back over here at the top of the swing? Meaning like, I don't want to just go and lift up. I need to try to get them to go on this angle back over here. How can I get them back over there? The only way, I better get these hands to start going around my body, right in the takeaway. But even if I do that, I don't want to just go and just lift straight up after that. I still want to try to feel like they're going around me, around me, around me, around me.
Oh,
That's
wow.
going to be your feeling.
Got it. Okay.
Okay? Just do the backswing there.
Okay.
Good. Yep, do it again. And right now, it's okay if it's uncomfortable because I want to see, first of all, if you can actually even do it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So do that again. Get those hands up nice and high there too. Perfect. Good. Do that again for me. Good. Stay right there. Can you do this?
Yes, but is it normal for me to touch my chin with my...
It is normal to touch your chin.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't want to be seeing that we're pulling our head back because of it.
Yeah.
But yes, it's okay to be touching that chin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoulder on the chin. Good. Good. Do it again. I want you to swing down on this one now. Good. Right in here, we got the takeaway, and then I can see the hands. They kind of go, they're in here like this, and then they kind of do something like this.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Okay, and that's why I brought it up. I want to know if that's something as a conscious effort to try to do
No,
this.
it's just subconscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening with that is it kind of gets here and it's all good, and then they kind of flip over like this, like that. It opens the club face,
Right.
so that your club face gets too open at the top, even though your takeaway was like, this is perfect, and then it's open
Yeah.
because of this kind of action of these hands and arms just kind of flipping it over like this. So I'm going to try to see if I can just help you first on the way up to see what it should feel like.
Sure.
Because we want to make sure that we don't kind of flip these over too much like this, because if you see me doing that here, that's opening the face.
Okay.
And you're doing that on the way up to the top like this. So then, well, now if it's open, then it's like, well, I either swing over the top or I have to try to like flip my hands. Either or aren't amazing.
Gotcha.
Okay, so set up there. And so where we're going to be feeling, you hold on, I'm going to just kind of guide us. Your takeaway is awesome. Okay. Now, I'm going to help you feel what it should be like. All I want you to do is I want you to try to turn the body a little bit as we're lifting the arms. Okay?
Oh, that feels really weird.
You're used to being like this or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see if we can make it as least weird as possible.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is awesome. This is easy.
Yeah. This is easy.
So the whole point is that we want these hands, the way they are right here, we want them to be the same at the top, which means you at the top is like this.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Yeah.
We need them to kind of be the same like this and just kind of lift the arms up and turn the body.
Oh, I see.
So even though I just showed there's not a lot that happens,
Yeah.
feels completely weird to you.
Yeah, and it feels like the top of my glove is more pointing down or
Okay. Yep.
pointing to my right, but
Yep.
then I don't feel like I'm able to get as much wrist hinge upwards if I'd like because it's kind of like in this position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we don't need necessarily more wrist hinge. So when you, exactly as you said, there's, if you want wrist hinge,
Yeah.
so right now my wrist is flat.
Yeah.
Okay, it's flat and I'm wrist hinging up. That's as far as I can go.
Mhm.
If I want more wrist hinge, I have to angle that
Yeah. Okay.
like that because I can't go any further. My bones stop me there
Totally.
with this flat wrist.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, okay, I want more wrist hinge. Okay, well now my hands go and twist.
Mhm.
That action there of, it's called cupping or extending the lead wrist. That action there is opening the club face.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So right now it might feel like you said that Velcro's pointed more out in this direction. I don't feel as if I'm wrist hinging as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Let's
Okay.
see if we can, how does it feel on the hand?
Good. Good.
Okay.
No
'Cause-
discomfort.
Injury is the number one thing.
Totally.
If you're doing something to work around pain, then it's a
Yeah.
different story.
So. This feels like, yeah. Can't help but laugh because it's like, yeah, really, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to feel. Yeah. No.
The unfortunate part is we get into habits for whatever reason.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a couple ways of looking at this. We either try to get this club face square, because I'm not trying to close the face right now. I'm just making it square,
Right. Yeah.
where it feels really awkward.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's cool, because I don't want it to be discouraging,
No,
right?
it's definitely not strange. I'm just kind of laughing at what I thought was
Correct or
correct.
feeling
turns out
good.
Otherwise, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of finding it.
That's why you're here.
Yeah. Exactly. So. Wow.
And when they watch someone do it like that,
Yeah.
from an outsider's perspective, it's like, yeah, it looks, and honestly, right there,
Yeah.
might even be too much. It could be just like this.
Really?
Yeah, so we just want to be thinking that, this forearm to the top of your hand is flat. I don't need to see I don't need to see it rounded
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see that where it's angled up
Hey,
like
got
that.
it, because that's
Yeah.
what I was doing.
And then when you are like that,
Yeah.
and we bring it back down here like this club face is now kind of up to the sky, or sometimes it's even back like that.
Yeah.
That's an open face. And just so you know, a square face is on an angle this way. And that's kind of how you are if you set up again. That's kind of how you are in the takeaway. That's perfect. It's on an angle that way. It's all these wrists and these hands that manipulate that or impact the way that club face is there. Good. And if you are in a position like that, then it makes it easier for us to want to swing straighter. Because if you have an open face and we just get you to swing straight, well, you're going to hit the ball right every time because the face was open. So then you're going to be like trying to flip your hands, and that's not good. It's usually the club face is best to kind of address first. And then with that feeling, we're just trying to feel, can I get my hands to go further back? Both of those things together will make a pretty good impact. Just as uncomfortable as it may be in the beginning.
No, that's awesome.
Let's do that a couple more times. I'm going to just turn this on so I can send to you of us working on that so you can see it. So push it towards me. That's awesome. What does it feel like to you from this point up to here that's different than it was before?
It just feels like I'm just rotating, lifting my arms, making sure my chin hit my, I guess, front delt, my
Okay, yep,
shoulder,
yep.
and it just doesn't feel like I'm involving a lot of wrist.
Okay.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Whereas before, every time I get here, I'd be like, okay, time to hinge the wrist,
Yeah.
and yeah.
It looked choppy.
Yeah.
It looked like something was happening.
Right.
Whereas when you watch someone really good, it doesn't look like anything's happening with the hands.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what it's supposed to feel like, right?
It is.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's supposed to look like.
Right.
To you, it doesn't feel natural or normal.
Yeah.
Eventually, it will.
I
Yeah.
just felt like before it would be a two-piece sort of thing.
Yes,
where it's
exactly.
Like, okay, let's turn and then turn,
Yeah.
turn the wrist. Whereas for this, it's just one turn,
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's actually great.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It might not be that hard for you,
Okay.
even as weird as it might feel in the beginning.
Yeah.
Could do a couple more there yourself. Good.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nope.
Good. Yep. Nice. One more time. Good.
I guess the only thing I feel is my right wrist becoming a little bit more angled upwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back
Back
like that, right?
Yeah.
We don't want right wrist to be flat
No.
because that directly impacts the left wrist going angled. Open face, right?
Yeah.
Open face, square face. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up one of your original swings here. Let's just take a look just to see if there's anything that looks different.
Sure.
We got that standing a little bit. You can still see though right there, hey?
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
again, a comfort thing. We just got to break,
Yeah.
even though it feels different,
Yeah.
half an inch different,
Got it,
right?
got it.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
So those hands just want to push away from the body. And then we watch these hands here.
That's my old swing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's something that's kind of going on there where it's kind of, pulling, or there's some kind of chop that's happening there
Yeah.
to put that club in this position.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see this one. And the other thing I wanted just to see here when you were at the top is when I draw a line straight down, just to see where your hands are. So those are kind of over the toes. I mean, that just looks smooth.
It does, yeah. That's so interesting.
And let's see where those hands are now.
Oh, wow.
Right, at your
Yeah.
heels.
Wow. Okay.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Right. So there is a bigger turn, whether you're meaning to or not. You're turning your lower body more. I can see more space through the knees there, which is great. It helps us get our hands further back.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then club face.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can actually see this club face.
Yeah.
Right, this one, there's nothing there. It's kind of hidden behind the shaft.
Yeah.
And that's an open face. So it's good, man.
Hey, thank you.
It's going to take a little bit of practice here to get comfy with, but we see some really good things there already.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what I want us to do right now is we're going to try to hit a ball.
Okay.
Now, when we do this, we'll do a couple more practice swings and then hit. When we do this, I don't care if you top it, if you miss it. It doesn't matter. It's not about the result on this shot.
Yeah.
All I care about is can we make and can I videotape and see the same things we're trying to do in practice with the ball?
Cool.
And if I can, we're making progress.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so hop in there, do a couple more practices to remind yourself of what that feel is. So now I need you to do no stopping at the top, because if we're going to hit a ball, you're not going to stop. So another practice swing, but without stopping. I want to make sure. Good. Cool. Let's do a couple more of those and see if we can maybe speed it up just a touch, get it more realistic speed. Okay, that one, there was a little bit of this action there. Let's do it together. We're going to do it a little bit quicker. And I exaggerated a little bit there. Let's do it again. Try it. Good. Actually, let me do it one more time with you. I'm just going to record it just to see it.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Yep, that's it. Good. Good. Think you're ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot. We got pads on the wall. Doesn't matter where it goes. All I care about is that we're going to see a very similar thing of what we're trying to work on there. Not bad, actually. Not bad.
Okay.
Let's do it again. Setup look good. And that top of the swing.
I'm just gonna focus more on.
Yeah, that's okay. Actually, that first one, I was just looking at it, that looked really good. Hey, we made contact. I like it. Okay, so one thing is really nice. Well, there's a couple things that are nice. The club path, it says negative 0.6. It's on the bottom over here. So that means that you swung to the left, but only half a degree. So pretty straight swing, which is awesome. Club face was a little bit open, 1.5 degrees. Fine, all good. So let's keep it going there. Good. So right now, all I'm caring about is, nice shot. All I'm caring about is like the hands and the arms and the backswing and our setup. Okay. Because I need you to get a little bit more comfortable with this. And then we're going to try one other feeling to add for the downswing that can hopefully make that outside in a little straighter.
Got it.
Okay. But I can't throw everything at you at once.
Yeah.
It just won't work. It's way too difficult. So
I think the most awkward part right now on the downswing is I feel like I'm just going like this.
okay.
And just kind of, yeah, where I feel like I'm just kind of sweeping like a pendulum.
Okay.
But you know what, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to care about getting my hands back and
Swooping like a pendulum instead of like kind of hitting down on it, kind of thing.
instead of like
Okay.
getting to that, you know,
Yep.
just sweep position that you see pros in, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, they definitely start at setup first and work their way to that position. Good. Yeah, that swing was nice. Setup's good. Good.
one more.
Please. I like how straight that one went. Okay. So how's it feeling? Is it getting progressively a little bit easier of a feeling?
It's getting. I'd have to practice a lot more, but
For sure.
it's not as awkward as let's say when you first kind of put
Yeah.
the club back.
And you were like, there's no way.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Are you sure that's how it's supposed to be done?
Yeah.
It's just called the swing plate. And what this is, and you know what, I might get you just to hop back there and I might just demonstrate here first. So when I say swing plane, like, does that make any sense to you? Do you know what a swing plane is?
It's like that little, you draw or put a tracer on where the club is moving. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
I kind of
like
understand
a
what you're
ring
saying.
around the planet.
Yeah, exactly. I see. You've seen videos on that. So swing plane is just kind of like an angle, right? That one red line I drew from this part of the club through your elbow up here, and I said we would like your club to be coming down on that line. That line essentially is like a nice swing plane for your body. So this is kind of like developing a swing plane. So we know that you have a tendency to sometimes just get a little bit too over the top and maybe hit the stick. So, and don't worry, this thing's been beat up a few times, but everything's still standing. So what we're going to be trying to do here is, okay, how can I swing down and come underneath this stick? And I'll make sure it's in a good position here. As opposed to coming down and maybe just turning and throwing that club out away from us and kind of hitting that right there. So we do this without the ball, and we just think, okay, how can I come and swing underneath that? Still need to make sure we're getting our backswing right. And then we can kind of do some rehearsals like, okay, I want the club to come down over here, not, like I've been showing, not kind of out there like that. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get you in here. Let's do it without a ball first. Okay, so go ahead and just do your backswing. I want you to kind of slowly bring it down, kind of looking out the side of your eye here, seeing, okay, this club head coming underneath this stick. Yep, and then kind of let that club head get to the ground. Yeah, exactly. The other thing that I do here is just to try to kind of build another visual. Just hold on one sec. Is I'm just going to put this white stick on the ground and just on an angle, aiming maybe too much to the right.
Okay.
Again, just as a template to try to think, how can I get my club to be swinging more on this direction as opposed to where I'm kind of currently, I get it off over to the left a little too much. I maybe hit that first and swing that way. Now I want to come underneath that and kind of swing a bit more like this.
Sweet.
Okay. So we'll just try to do that. Trace along that there. Good. Let's do it together. Let's do that backswing together one more time. Set up there. So we got that takeaway here and then feeling like that. Good. Exactly. Let's do the downswing together.
Okay.
So we're up there.
Okay.
So what we need to be thinking is, okay, how can we get this back down here like this? Okay, so that Velcro is still kind of like somewhat where it was in the backswing. Okay. Because if we go ahead and let's do that again.
Okay. Oh.
So if we go ahead and we look at it's like, okay, this club's on this angle like this. Perfect. That Velcro's kind of down to the ground. Beautiful. We're going to go to the top. I want to think, okay, I want to get back to the same spot.
Oh, I see.
Instead of being here and then being like, oh, ooh, that's not going to be good when I come and hit the ball. Right?
Right. Okay.
So it's really good when you are practicing just to think about this spot first,
Right.
that spot at the top, and then back down to here. And then we can just from there hit the ball. Right? That's kind of the next piece. Good. Nice. Awesome. Good. Okay. Yeah. And then we'd go and throw the club head at that ground. Beautiful. That was awesome.
So, one motion.
Good. That was really nice.
Okay.
Try it out.
All right.
Yep. Okay, actually, I like that backswing. Let's do that again. And just so you know, you didn't hit the ball very nice, but your club path, just so we know, has actually changed. You did swing to the right. Positive. Awesome. And again, that's like number one first. I know we'll find the center of the face eventually once we get more comfortable. All right. Good. Positive. Love it. Good. Look at you. You hit a draw. A draw is a ball that curves to the left. Right? It curves to the left, and it didn't start way left. It just curved left.
I thought I pulled it yet, but then I looked at the number.
Yeah.
Wait a second, that's not a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way I don't like it if you hit it left is if you swing left right now, because then this is going back to our old kind of style of swinging over the top and stuff like that. But if we start to straighten it out and swing maybe a little bit more inside out like this, and we learn how to get this club face more square, which we're working on, then you're going to be able to hit all clubs.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not just like, okay, this is an 8-iron swing. This will help with the 6-iron as well and the woods as well. It just takes more exaggeration and more understanding of like, okay, how do I get that club face to come down? I got it square at the top. How do I get it to come down? It's easier with a shorter club, like I said already, but it's the same thing with the long ones.
Gotcha.
Let's hit a couple more here.
Sure.
Nice.
That felt really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. Swinging inside out, 2 degrees, close the face, 3.5. That wasn't happening before.
No.
Good job. Well, 2's better than 1. So where I would go from here is just trying to increase speed.
Oh, gotcha.
That would be like next step. But speed will only bring us back to our old habits.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, okay, am I getting it? And I'm feeling okay, and this is easier. Can I do it a little faster? And I know you don't necessarily have this piece of technology out on the range with you to tell you these numbers, but you'll have a good sense of like, did my ball just start straight to the left like it used to? Is, stuff like that. And if you can, when you should get an alignment stick, because if you go to the range, it'd be really good to have this on the ground.
Right.
I even sell these things, and I'm the Canadian distributor of these. So if you ever wanted something like this, you could do that. But just having stuff like this is just how we practice.
Right.
This is like a practice station, and this is how you're going to make changes stick.
Definitely.